Welcome, everyone, to Paddling Pool 232. Got a real cool set coming up for us in a moment, but hello, welcome. I am Zari, and I am joined by the lovely, normally a bit later on in the sets, but here with us in Block 1 today, Pat.
Hey, I'm Pat. Zari, we have a new overlay, and I love it.
Yes, I'm loving the new sim, like the little like icons, symbol things up at the top. They're very nice. They're very like sleek, in that they're just like you got all those nice lines instead of it being like the actual original ones. It's quite nice.
It has like the brand new, so fresh, just right out of the factory feeling to it. I love it.
Yeah, and it gets that kind of like, it gets it kind of across what you're about to get into, tower control, splat zones, frame maker, etc. Like it is quite easy to glance, you know. But yes, we should say that the teams we were about to see, because we will be getting into this real soon once everyone's picked all their weapons and whatnot, is SYTH versus O. Can't say I know that much about these teams.
Yeah, that sounds like two pickups going against each other.
Yeah, it really does. Like, we're going into this being like, okay, so each team has 4 players, and it's made up of Inklings and Octolings. Like, there's probably 2 backlines, maybe, and some front lines, and I think maybe some support. Like, we don't know very much at the moment. This first game's going to be a bit... We're all going in blind here.
Yeah, we are. And by the way, like, Zari, school has started again, and that's why we are in double elimination, because Paddling Pool, when there aren't that many teams that register, like as if school just started again, we go into the double elimination tournament, and that's what you get.
Yes, we do not have enough teams. They're all doing their homework right now. But anyway, getting into this first game of the set, what have we got? Okay.
I love an Explo.
Yeah.
Explo with quick respawn Explo. That's the kind of Explo that I like to see.
My goodness. Yeah, quick respawn Explo. Obviously a lot of last-ditch effort on all sides. But yeah, that Explo is the only backline. Because the other team have gone completely backlineless, SYTH that is, and already first person to go down is that wiper, so that'll mean that I can just start pushing.
You start pushing, and that's the power of having a backline when the other team doesn't, is that you can start shooting at them before they start shooting at you. And on the opening, that's pretty useful. And now, they got first checkpoint, like just like that.
Yep, they're already through it, which is definitely going to help them. They do... There we go. There's those specials. Like, we had that crab and now that Trizuka that was able to get off the tower there and actually let SYTH push back in. Because that's kind of why you can go backlineless, if you have enough of those kind of like specials that can hit from a range. But this is... Oh my goodness, that is not what O needs.
Yeah, that's not what O needs. SYTH is going to get into checkpoint 1. The crab tank just expired though, and there's going to be a lot of bombs thrown around the tower. They have 3 players there, like just trying to get on tower. It's just Toadie looking to keep some pressure on the rest of the team, but the tower gets past the checkpoint. And now, with the tri-strike, he's going to push things away, but that's self-defense.
Yeah, that is... can we just talk about these points here for a second? There's 1 point in between them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Even between these two teams.
Very much so. And both the strong pushes that we had immediately from both teams.
Ooh.
But that is
just matched with the Explo getting rushed right now. But very nice punish. Keeping themselves alive, like the Explo just stayed there and kept the team standing, and now is attacking again.
Yep, yes indeed. And they're able to kind of flip what should have been a very easy pick for SYTH and then a push into a push of their own, but I don't think that's going to get very far since all of SYTH is back in and they've got a crab sitting ready. So they're going to have to be a little bit more careful here. But that being said, people just keep going down, winning and losing 1v1.
Yeah,
so
but like these Zukas on the side, the Zukas on the side of SYTH have done so much for the team, like giving them so much space, like punishing any extension that they've had. But SYTH, they need the attack too, and they need to push forward right now. They have numbers advantage, and it looks like they're kind of staggering. Oh, this could be the push if they manage to get it.
Yes, I think it's very likely that this is going to be the push because they've just been able to, like, kind of as a wave. There we go. Push O back into their spawn.
Still 2 players down on the side of O. SYTH gets past second checkpoint.
Yes, indeed. There's only that 1 player left, and they do end up going down, which does mean that SYTH are going to have to come in the whole way through mid. But they do have quite a strong lead in comparison here. And they're already using that special to take out one of the players on O, and that Expo definitely needs to back up. They're able to take a player as well while doing so.
Yeah, right now, like, the second checkpoint is very good on this map, and SYTH, they just need to defeat whatever O does for a minute, and they get the W.
Yes, indeed. And they're definitely keeping this aggression up, making sure that it's not that simple to keep them out and stop them pushing.
And right now with a crab tank on the tower, gets a lot of punish right now, and it looks like O has a very good opportunity to push. There are 30 seconds left. This could be the last big push of the game, and O, they need to get past that checkpoint if they want to win that game 1.
Yep, yes, indeed. And they've still got, as you're saying, that checkpoint is going to be kind of make or break for them. You can see that SYTH are trying to come in, are trying to kill, and they are able to! They can't come back from that. That will be game.
Oh, yeah. That is game 1 for SYTH. Just like celebration specials right now. Not really caring. And that's going to be game 1 for SYTH.
Yes, indeed. But that was so even. Like, given SYTH was able to get that bit further and get a better push, but they at the beginning it was very much like a push and then pretty much an equal push on the other side, and then they just ended up fighting in mid for a lot of the last kind of like third of the game, which meant that even though O was able to get another push because they need to get through that checkpoint, it's such an easier one to defend because of his placement.
On that last push, like, the pressure was getting to O. They had 3 players on the tower when they reached the second checkpoint, the checkpoint that they needed. And then, like, they were all clumped onto the tower, and from there, the only way to go was the tent area and like that place to the side. But then just one attack allowed SYTH to just like get them all at once with just like throwing bombs on that very, very small space where all was concentrated. And that's what gave the win to SYTH.
It's very much, and especially whenever you're right at the end there, they knew that was their last push. And they were trying their damnedest to keep it moving, but as you were saying, all it takes is a couple bombs and maybe one person to dive on them in that small area just to the right of that checkpoint, and then it's so easy to clear them out. You don't have any kind of advantage in that situation.
I think
being ready.
If O treated that game as any other push instead of the last push, they would have been more aggressive and they could have taken it.
Yep. Yes, indeed. But they do need to take this game.
Yep.
Or else they're down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, and the Explo stays in. No longer quick respawn Explo, but we see a vanilla Tri-Slusher. That's going to give the inkjets for O.
Yep, yes, indeed. But for a second there, I was going to say this is looking like it was in going SYTH's direction, but then immediately 2, then 3 people died, and that was not true anymore.
What? It looks like Yachts. It's dead.
Not here anymore.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's going to be a quick
okay.
reset of the lobby, and we're going to be right back as soon as they get back into the lobby.
Indeed.
So that's what happens, but like, that was a very good opening for O. I'm not sure like when the DC exactly happened for SYTH. Maybe that's why SYTH was struggling so much.
Yeah, it's possible that it could have been something along the lines of that player came in and almost immediately was having the connection issues anyway, and then that added to the struggle. Just made it worse, and then as soon as everyone respawned, the connection issues became too much, and out they went. But yes, we're just waiting for everyone to get settled in and ready up all over again, and then we will get to see Take 2 on Splat Zones on Mahi. Though we can talk about Splat Zones on Mahi because we've got time now.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think this is a great boost of confidence for O. Because like after that game 1 that they lost getting wiped and SYTH pretty much celebrating from it, like they get in, they get the first encounter, they really push SYTH out, and then the DC happens. Like oh, they have to feel good from that game that didn't happen.
Yes, yes, indeed. But the other way to look at this is that SYTH knows that whatever they were doing, if it was maybe to do with the connection issues, but maybe if it was something else, they could go into this and be like, okay, we don't want to repeat what happened right at the beginning of that last game.
Oh yeah.
So they might play it a little bit differently. Obviously, they've got to have the same maps or same weapons even. So they can't change up their comp that way. But maybe they can go into this being like, okay, we're not gonna push in the same way on the right hand side or whatever. So yeah,
you know where you get picked and how you got picked, so you know how to not make the same mistake exactly twice.
Not die like that again.
Yeah, just
yes,
run into that bomb and it will be fine.
Indeed, and
but
don't overextend and don't do this. Yeah.
But on Mahi, like opening on Mahi is always like super hard because at the start of the game there is so little map to go with. There is nowhere to go but forward into the enemy's bullets.
Yes, it is. It's a map that exists that I don't think I will ever like this version of it. But it does get that little bit better once you get to the point where the water level changes, because then there's so much more to work with.
And I get that
you're just in a square in the middle, and you're like, "Oh my god, someone's about to dive on me from above." But yeah.
At least for zones and turf wars, there's some cover. There's a way to hide from the potential eliter that you'd get on Clam Blitz or Tower Control.
Yeah, there are worse versions of this map, but I wouldn't say that this, in comparison, is a good one. So, it just is. It just exists, and we deal with it, and we move on. We play it, and then we forget about it until we have to play it again. But yeah, we're still waiting for everyone to, I think, get back into the lobby here. Having a couple of issues.
Okay, so people from SYTH got their power cut, sorry.
That makes more sense.
That was like a tough one, and so I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're still waiting on one player to come back in. We will see what happens, but that might be like I'm not sure, but like if SYTH doesn't get that player to get their power back, or if they don't get a sub fast. Oh, that player is back. So
yes,
SYTH
okay.
is back on track. We're gonna get a game 2.
Yes, because if they had not been able to get a player back or someone, I don't know, quickly to replace them, it would have just default gone to right? Which would have been unfortunate. We want to see these games. These are some very close teams anyway. But yes, okay, take 2. Splat zones.
So if you're just joining us, this is match point for SYTH. We had a small technical break because SYTH's power died, but now they're back in, and no change in comp, and let's get in.
Yes, indeed, and maybe this time we'll be able to see the inkjet come into effect.
Ooh,
but this is a very different beginning.
You called it, Zari. SYTH learned. SYTH learned from what happened to them. And they were ready, and that's a very good opening for them. Oh, not out of it yet. They are like looking to get in as soon as they get their special. The inkjet and the rain are going to give them the push.
Yes, indeed. And we can see here that SYTH are definitely trying to find their way back in. And with a crab, it's going to become that much easier to get that, get the zone back and push the other team back out again. And they are able to.
Yeah, it's very, very back and forth right now. Both teams really fighting over the zone. And like... It feels like both teams are really even, and it's just one extra player staying on the zone, activating their special. But right now, SYTH, it's just a splash. Scratch that.
Yep.
I was talking about even.
I just don't even know. For what 1 second is really, really even, and then the next three of one team is dead. That's 2 of one team dead. 3 again.
And no penalty applied. Oh,
no.
In a very good spot right now.
Yes, indeed. And they're definitely keeping this pressure on and making sure that they don't die to that Zuka, those Zuka shots there. They have to be careful though, because our SYTH is finding their way back in, and there's the 3 down.
Yeah, Jana is going to get picked too. It's a wipeout.
It is indeed. And SYTH is very pushed up. But they do end up, one of them goes down almost immediately, and there's the other.
Well, it's just the splash again standing for SYTH. That means is just going to walk onto the zone, get back that control, apply that penalty, and keep that very good lead that they've taken.
Yep, yes indeed. They're able to get that zone back, put on that penalty, but almost immediately, here's SYTH back to take the zone back for however long that they can. It does seem like they'll be able to keep it for a little bit and be able to get through those penalty points. Maybe. There
for a second at least. They are struggling with the rain, Zuka and Inkjet. Like everything is out for SYTH. SYTH wants to wants to keep that lead. And right now are back in control, but like all the specials are coming on the side of SYTH this time to try to get that zone back. Not getting it though. Oh wait.
Not yet, but there we go. There will be the flip that they need. They were able to find the paint that they need and then clean up the kills. So that worked out very well for them. And they're through the penalty points again, and that's 2 down on both sides, in fact. And not able to find anything with that Zuka shot, and that's lead actually on the side of SYTH.
Yeah, that's lead with an extra pick right now. SYTH is looking at a KO. They just need to hold a little bit longer with just 15 points left. And that crab tank is going to allow them to recap the zone without any penalty. This could be it. This could be the end of round 1, but not done yet.
No, definitely not. And it'll be a lot more difficult for SYTH to get the knockout they would want, because they have to get through those 50 penalty points, and they've already started on that. But this is probably going to they're going to continue, seeing as there's 2 down on the side of 3 down even.
Yeah. That's a lot down for SYTH. They got penalty. But they are still in control of the zone, and they don't have that much penalties, Harry. This could be a KO. Again, they're less than 20 points away. They just need to paint that zone.
Yep. It's so close to them getting through that penalty, but no! O is able to grab the zone from them and add more penalty points back on again. But this is very much on the back foot here. They cannot get into mid and stay in mid for any amount of time here. Even when they're able to get the zone like this, they just can't seem to keep it.
It's like O has the painting power to take the zone whenever they want, but SYTH has the Splatana Stamper getting in and getting the picks, and that's how you keep control of the zone. And SYTH with a 2-0, they are going to advance.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, given the first time we saw that for that game for maybe about 10 seconds. It did start very differently, and it showed that SYTH really learned from that. But even in that second take on that map mode, were able to make some good pushes. But then just near the end, they just weren't able to. They didn't have any staying power. They'd paint the zone, they'd give the zone. They were solid on that, but they just didn't have the staying power or the killing power to really capitalize on that. All they had was the ability to slow down SYTH, and that was not enough. That didn't seem as close as the tower control game in my mind, but that was more
SYTH stayed in control and really had the picks to forward control. Had the painting power, but that's all they had. They didn't manage to retake mid there of pushing SYTH out, and that's what gave SYTH the lead.
Yep. Yes, it did. But yes, that does mean that O are now down in the losers bracket, and SYTH continue on to the next round. Look, there we go. We can see what the bracket looks like and who's finished and who's still going. But yeah, we've still got a number of teams playing out round one. But I suppose we can go to a short break while that finishes, or we might move on to another matchup soon, since there are some of them that are ready. But yeah, so I'd say absolutely stick around. Going to a short break. We'll be back soon.